Hey y'all, welcome to 7.3 notes. This is the first page of the notes. The next two pages are on a different video. So, quick review. When we have f of x equals x minus 8, f of x is acting like the y. So when we're finding f of 4, 4 is the x, and we're finding the y. So f of 4, f of something equals that something minus 8. The something we are plugging in here is the 4. So f of 4 is 4 minus 8, which is negative 4. When we have the x, we plug the x into the equation and go from there. When we're finding x, when f of x equals 10, that's telling us that the y is 10. So the equation x minus 8 gets set equal to that 10, that y being the 10. And then we solve for x. So x is 18. So when we have the y given to us, we need to backtrack and find the x. So we are going to do this for trig equations. If we look at A, we're finding f of 8.3. Take this 8.3, plug in the x value. Okay, and we'll do this on the home screen in the calculator. Go to your calculator. Remember, you have calculator access on ClassLink. Go to the one that says TI Calculator Access. Click the link. Follow the instructions. This is what will pop up. Make sure you are in radian mode. Go to mode. Make sure you're in radians. Second quit to get back to the home screen. We're going to type our equation in with 8.3 plugged in. So 2 plus 5 cosine pi over 10. Open the new parentheses. Our x here is 8.3 minus 3. Close both of those parentheses and get an answer. We're going to round to 3 decimal places to the nearest thousandths. 1.529. So that's lovely. So 1.529 is our solution. That is our y value. Now, to find the x values, we have to do something a little bit different. Okay, we want to go to the calculator, y equals screen, and y1, we're going to type the trig equation we were given. y2 is going to equal the y value that we were given. In this case, this y value we were given is 5. Okay, now this is a completely separate part. This does not involve the 8.3 at all. Okay, so 2 plus 3, I meant 5, cosine pi over 10, open a new parentheses. We need the x here, not a number. Minus 3, close those parentheses. And then y2 is going to equal 5. When we graph this, the directions want us to find the first 3 positive solutions. That first solution that looks like it's close to the y-axis, the intersection, I can't tell from right here if that's positive or negative. So I might have 2 positive solutions. I may only have 1. I definitely don't have 3. So we need to go to the window and we need to extend that x max further than 10. Okay, I'm going to call it 25. I'm just guessing. Okay, I need it to go out further. Okay, now if that first solution really is positive, I do have 3 solutions. So let's try it from here. To find the intersection, second trace, 5 for intersect. Okay, the bottom of your screen says first curve, hit enter. Second curve, hit enter. Then scroll to that first solution that we think might be positive and hit enter. Do not look at the number or write it down until you see the word intersection below the screen. So that x value is 0.048. 0.048 is that first intersection. That is the first, that was a positive value, so that is the first positive solution. To find the second one, we repeat the process. Second trace, intersect, first curve inner, second curve inner, guess, scroll over close to that third solution, and hit enter. Look for the word intersection on the bottom. If it still says guess, you need to hit enter another time. So that intersection is 5.952. 5.952. 5.952. Then to find that third solution, second trace, 5 for intersect, first curve inner, second curve inner, guess, scroll closer to that third solution, and hit enter. Again, look for the word intersection, 20.048. 20.048. And here are your first three positive solutions. There was the x value. Now, we'll follow the same process for every problem here. So on number B, we'll plug this 12.7 in for x to find f of 12.7. We want to do that on the home screen. Second quit to get out of the graph. 4 plus 3 times sine pi over 6. Open the new parentheses. Our x here is 12.7 minus 2. And close both sets of parentheses. Hit enter, and we get 2.112. 2.112 is our y value, f of 12.7. Now, to find the values of x, where f of x equals 6, we go to the calculator. Okay, y1 will be the trig equation that we're given. Y2 here will equal 6. So, y equals, clear what we have. 4 plus 3 sine pi over 6, open a new parentheses, x minus 2. We are finding the x values. We have to have the x in the equation, not a number. Y2 is 6 because that's the y that we are given. Okay, graph this, and we can see on this window there are definitely 3 positive solutions visible. So second trace, 5 for intersect, first curve inner, second curve inner, guess, scroll close to that first positive solution, hit enter. 3.394. 3.394 is that first solution. Keep going. Second trace, intersect, first curve inner, second curve inner, scroll to the next guess, hit enter, look for the word intersection, 6.606. 6.606 for that second solution. Do it again. Second trace, 5 for intersect, enter, enter, scroll to the guess, hit enter. The word intersection must be on the screen. 15.394. 15.394. Okay. And there is your function value, and there are the 3 x values where the function value is 6. Okay. Let's go to part C. For the first part, that 2.8, we're going to plug in for x. We will do that on the home screen. Second quit to get to the home screen. So on part C, -2 plus 4 sine, just one sine, pi over 2, open the new parentheses. Our x here is 2.8. Subtract 0.3, close both parentheses, hit enter. Negative 4.828. Negative 4.828. Then to do part B, again, y1 is the trig equation that we were given, and here y2 will equal 0. So go to y equals, clear what's there, typing in part C, negative 2 plus 4 sine pi over 2, open x minus 0.3. y2 here needs to be 0, and graph. Now, there's not a whole lot of space between these solutions. I'm going to go back and fix this window and make this window not as wide. I'm going to put that x max back at 10. Going to window, going to x max of 10, and I'm going to graph this. Now those solutions are a little further apart, and I do still have 3 solutions that we are going to find. So, second trace, intersect, first curve enter, second curve enter, guess that first positive solution, 0.633. 0.633 for the first solution. Do it again. Second trace, 5 for intersect, first curve enter, second curve enter, arrow, scroll to the next solution, hit enter, 1.967, 1.967. And finding the third one, second trace, 5 for intersect, first curve enter, second curve enter, scroll to the third solution, hit enter, look for the word intersection, 4.633. 4.633. And there are our function value and our first 3 positive values of x, where the function value truly is 0. Okay. Now, let's look at D. To solve D, part A, we would take this 8, plug it in for the x. We need the home screen. Second quit to get there. Clear everything off if you want to. 2 plus 3 cosine pi over 9. Open. X, our x here is 8 minus 6. Close both parentheses and hit enter. 4.298. 4.298. Y value 4.298. Now, to find the x values where f of x is 13, we need the y equals screen. Clear out our equation, 2 plus 3 cosine pi over 9, open, x minus 6, close, close. Y2 is 13, and here's our graph. Problem? Yeah, we don't see enough solutions. Matter of fact, we don't see any solutions. And that's because that y2 is 13, and on our window, our y max only goes to 10. We're going to want the x max a little bigger, and we're going to want the y max a little bigger. When we graph this, there are no intersection points. This trig function never reaches a y value of 13. So here, there are no solutions. Okay, there are no solutions. That is a possibility. There will always be an answer to f of something, but there may not be solutions if there are no intersection points. All right, that's it on this first page. The next 2 pages are on a different video. Bye for now, y'all.